Good afternoon on this Sunday afternoon. I'm going to do a past life reading, which is like past life could be all the lives you've had, past stuff in the past, stuff before time. You know, people don't believe in past lives, but you've had past lives. That's why you get deja vu. And this could be just any energy around you. This could be stuff that's happened in your past. This could be stuff you didn't know about. This could be stuff that's happening now, or stuff that could happen down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not like predicting the future or making things happen. This is just saying what is happening around you, possibly. Around you in the past lives, there was a lot of greed and corruption, and there was a fall of civilization. This shows like a time of like Atlantis, like the fall of Atlantis. You might have some Atlantis relations, like, you know, if you believe in that kind of stuff. Religious views were oppressed, especially by women. Women could not speak out about God. Women could not speak out about a lot of things. They were socially oppressed. They were through domestic situation, they were oppressed. Religious views, they were oppressed. This is current lifetime. It says you might be healing some early childhood issues. You might be healing some adulthood issues that affected from your early childhood, teenage years. And that could have been in past lives as well. There was there was a lot of destruction in your past life, maybe in the past lives around you, maybe the past lives of people around you, karmic situations in the past lives. There was like someone who felt like a helpless maiden. Sorry, I can't talk a lot, but there is somebody that was in a full energy, and there was a like explosion, volcano, destruction. There was a fire. This is city fire. I've had this before, and I had that reading before when we had a fire in my area, and I predicted it 3 months beforehand. There's going to be some justice in the government system. There is some stuff, you might have had some stuff in the Egypt times. You might be from Egypt, your family might be from Egypt. It says that you were like, there's going to be some government justice coming up. There might have been some in your past that was overlooked that you probably was supposed to have gotten. You're a writer, you're a messenger, or your past life you were a writer and messenger, or you're a writer and messenger now, and you're writing a lot about what's going on around you. There was somebody that was an athlete. Maybe there's somebody athletic that's in your past life. Maybe there's somebody athletic that you were supposed to be with, or maybe you're athletic. But it talks about martial arts and a duelist, like they had to fight a lot for the things, or they like to fight. There's a lot of people that in your background that are kind of like a mystic. You are a mystic, or your background people were a mystic. You kind of stay in hermit mode, and that could be around your energy, your past life energy. Somebody, either you or your person or people around you, somebody's on the brink of insanity. They're delusional. They're going through mania. They're probably bipolar. They're having hallucinations. They're in hysteria. They have a lot of stuff going on around them. And that could be past life. That could be karmics connected to you or your person. You like to explore. There was some, like, you like to explore places, or your past life likes to explore places. I'm just going to start thinking, like, everything this is past life or the energy around you now. So when I say that, it could be something that happened in your past. You've had lifetimes upon lifetimes, and you pick this lifetime every time, and you try to make a difference every time. You're trying to keep your sanity about whatever's going on in your situation. You're trying to keep your sanity. You are a caretaker. You feel that you have a savior or a hero that's going to come in. A martyr. You're like a martyr for some people. They look up to you. You've had a martyr in your background. You might have been a martyr in other times. But you have people looking up to you. You're either a prisoner of war, a work slave, arranged marriage, or a bride, like a concubine, like someone who's paid for. You're chained to this person. You're enslaved to this person. Emancipated slave. Somebody is either a slave, or they feel like a slave, or they were a slave, not slave like what you're thinking, like a slave like people back then used to purchase brides, and there was a lot of arranged marriages. Somebody has went through exile. Somebody's exiled by their family, exiled by the community. They're in a banishment mode. They're disowned. They feel like they've been forced underground. Like nobody cares about them. Don't do that to your family. Don't banish your family, and don't turn your back on your family, because even if they messed up, they're still your family. This is about early Earth dwellers or close encounters. Like there's been a lot of sightings of weirdness, like the sun and the lights. This happened back in time too, because there's paintings in the 1800s of Jesus that show extraterrestrials. There's newspaper articles way back in the 1940s that show it too. So this is something that's happened before. There is a watcher or a guardian. You may have a guardian from the stars over you, and you had it in a past life too. I'm going to give you some of the cards that will show the different locations. You were from the oceanic times. Somebody died from either a drowning or being too cold. There was some power lessons going on, or there should have been. It says like a grandparent is watching over you. You are a mystical faith. You also have like a mother that might be watching over you, or a mother that's helping you. There might be a mother throughout this whole situation. Somebody died from a poison death. There was a lot of war in your background. Somebody was sacrificed through their faith. And yeah, that really makes sense because Jesus was sacrificed. But there was somebody sacrificed, back in the day, witches were sacrificed. Like they were burned at the stake, they were hung, whatever. And that's what happened a lot. Like women were oppressed in the old ways of religion. And you're a fanatical faith. You believe in a lot of fantasy faith. Someone had a miscarriage or died at birth. Or maybe that was in your past life, or maybe that happened to you now. There's something that somebody's a spinster or sinster, and it's identified as a lover. You're becoming more with nature. You're starting to get out more in nature. There's been an accidental death. There's some persecution and torture in your past. Somebody right now is being celibate. They're just staying to themselves, and they're just not sharing their energy with anybody. You have the gift of prophecy, and you've had the gift of prophecy in past lives too. You might be from an Asian location. You've been deceived and betrayed by someone you love. This is saying like a grandchild identity. This might be a grandchild in your situation. You see the bigger picture. You might not know this, but you see the bigger picture, and you are a dreamer. Your head's always in the clouds because you're always thinking of something. There's a star-crossed love. You may have a love from a different star, whether you believe that or not. You've suffered a lot of physical and sexual abuse, probably now and in the past life. Some of your family died in the war, or maybe they have died in the war, or there's going to be a war where people are going to be dying, or there is a war that people are dying. I don't watch TV, so I don't really know a whole lot. There's been a lot of love and trauma, and you've been learning a lot of lessons. You've learned lessons past lives too. Some of your siblings probably betrayed you or threw you under the bus, which is what it's saying. There was some death by a fire around you, or there is going to be a death by a fire, or there was in the past life. There's been a lot of domestic abuse around you, which you're trying to heal. You are the one who is breaking the family curses. That's why things are so hard on you. Someone in your life was promiscuous. They cheated a lot. And right now you're overcoming fear, and you're trying to get out to doing something different. In the past life, there was a public execution, and they've had a lot of public executions with witch trials and stuff in the past. You have a prophet-led faith. Prophet-led faith. You believe in the prophet. You believe in spiritual. You believe in mystics. You believe in it all. You're just well-rounded unity. And you're overcoming your fear, like I said. You've lost a lot of stuff. You've had a lot of material loss. You're either a widow or a widower. Your wife has died. And walking the middle path. You're afraid to steer off the road. You just stay on the middle road. You're afraid to get off the middle road. You have a secret. Your secret is that you're LGBT. You're either lesbian, bisexual, transsexual. You're one that struggles with your sexual identity. And you have some problems with your father. And some of your families lived to old age. There's been dementia in your family and abandonment issues. You are obsessed with somebody, or somebody's obsessed with you. And this could be a husband in the situation. You're learning to do truth and discernment. You or your person or somebody's tried to poison you. There has been sacrifices for the faith. I've told you that twice. That's come up twice because history tends to repeat, and Jesus was sacrificed. You're doing a nature-based faith, and you might have had some jungle locations in your background, or somebody around you, or somebody that's coming up. There has been animal attacks on you or your person. It says an adult male identity who has a possessive love with you. You're from a lost civilization, maybe. Fanatical faith again. I've got that one again. A lover is identified as the one that is trying to suppress you. Some people are envious and jealous of you, which you've known. It says maybe an African location. That might be somebody in Africa that's this way about you. Somebody feels really, really obsessed with you. I get that energy a lot in the truth and discernment and poison. So be careful of what you eat and drink. Trust me, take it from me, the person who's trying to almost been poisoned. It might be this person's mother that's doing this. And I got the oceanic background. Maybe you're from a mystical. I got that again. It does say, this is the second or third card I've got. It says a grandparent is watching over you. One of your grandparents or great-grandparents or ancestors, somebody is watching over you. And if you watch your signs, you'll get an idea of who that might be. Just watch your signs and listen to music, because they channel you through music, and they can channel you through the lights flickering and stuff like that. But you've had a past life, and there's a karmic, and this karmic might be holding on to this person, and this person's trying to hang on to you, because at the same time they don't want to lose you, but they don't know how to get out of the situation they're in, and you love that person, but you're going to have a decision to make. If that person doesn't come back, even if they don't care to have you on the side, vice versa, that may not be the situation you want to be in. And you could be dealing with a cult or a commune, but you also could be connected to somebody, like I said, Indian. I'm getting Indian. Somebody is Indian. Somebody's Native American, and they're watching over you. They're helping you, or maybe you're going to end up with somebody who is from a tribe, tribe location. Somebody who is from a community. But you are definitely dealing with, I would say, a cult. And a lot of times cults, and I'm not trying to put people down, but cults will do negative energy against things that they don't like, especially like earth angels or whatever. Somebody was kidnapped or sold or abused or abandoned. Somebody was an orphan. Somebody was definitely an orphan. They had a lot of childhood traumas, like a lot of childhood traumas. And you had them in your past, and you felt like you didn't fit in, you didn't belong with your family. That's because you were chosen. And now that you're older, you're healing those wounds, and you're becoming a better person for it, even though it still hurts. You might be a herbalist, but you're definitely a healer. You were in a past life as well. You're a warrior. You know you're a warrior. You're going to be a warrior. You're fighting to save the civilization now. You have learned your lesson. You have healed your traumas, and you got into your faith and love. You know your identity. That was what was the lesson, was learning your identity. Anyway, past lives are just, like I said, we have different past lives. We've lived different lives. And sometimes you live the same life over and over again until you get it right. And don't ever say that your life isn't planned out, because it is planned out. You were planned out before you even got here. So don't say, well, that person should have been sent by God. When you don't know, you're not in God's throne to decide who he sends where. So if a person loves a person, let them love a person. But there is going to be some judgment, either through the law. I keep getting this card too. Somebody's going to face some judgment, and so there is somebody investigating your situation. You might not know that, and you might not think that, but there are people that pay attention, and you may have a friend in that situation who might be contacting the law for you. There might be somebody around you that's being watched, or watching what's going on around you, or maybe that person's family has turned them into the law. There is an informer, as I said, an informer, and they see you as a victim. You might not see yourself as a victim, but you have been tortured by this, and that you know it. There is a witness, like I said, and they know who's doing it. They know who your torturer is, and you are the victim, and they are informing it. And there is going to be justice, as I said. There's always justice, and truth always comes to light. And you might not know that you have someone on your side, but you do. In a way, I think you do know. And in a way, I think you've been saying it over and over. That that one fell on the floor. I won't use that one. Although this does say either it's possibly a shop owner that is watching you, a shop owner that's irresponsible, or somebody that's in the working class, somebody that's a city dweller, a socialite. They might be the ones responsible for what's going on with you, or they might be the ones trying to help you. You never know. You have to just kind of use your own discernment and use what you know, and listen to what you think you know. And there might be somebody that owns a business that in the past life you were supposed to have been with that person, and you're supposed to be with that person now. Yeah, I got the mystical faith, so you're definitely a mystic. I'm not sure how long this is going to record, so I'll just keep talking until it shuts off. Yeah, it still says a lover. There is a lover, an ex-lover or past lover. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. This could be somebody that you just had a one-night stand with. This could be someone This may be someone you hadn't even had a one-night stand with. Maybe somebody that just loves you. Lost at sea, water disaster. Somebody drowned, a tsunami, a flood, a tropical, back in the past, somebody either drowned that you knew, or there was a flood. But somebody lost their life in the water is what I'm guessing, or somebody, maybe they committed suicide in the water. I'm just saying past life events, or things that could happen around you now, or things that have happened around you now. Just whatever you resonate with. And definitely abusive relationship. A lot of people have abusive relationships. You're cutting the curse of this. That's why you're going through all this, because you're the one that's ending this curse. You're the one fighting for the end of the curse of your family. You know what that curse is. The psychological, physical, verbal abuse, a cult. Like I said, there's a cult that's going against your faith. Some people would rather torture someone to death than to ever let you have a say-so. But it does say that there is a friend, a companionship friend, someone who wants a friendship and love with you. This might be just a past friend that you don't have anymore, or this might be somebody coming in to be your friend, or this might be somebody that, for some reasons unknown to you, that they couldn't be your friend anymore, or you feel like everybody walked away. But sometimes you don't know what they're dealing with as well. You have to learn that sometimes people go through, especially your twin, they go through exactly the same thing you go through. You're just alike. And you don't know what they're going through, and they don't know what you... And you know, they do, in a way, but they're also probably in a situation that maybe you don't understand. It says that you're definitely a intellect. You're smart. You're wise. You have wisdom. And you might be a teacher. You might have been a teacher then, and you might be a teacher now. Or maybe there's a teacher in your position, or around you. Maybe you have a relationship with someone who's a teacher, or maybe you're going to have a relationship with someone who's a teacher, but you're definitely going to be a teacher. This talks about being celibate, and this is an island location, so somebody might be from an island that's in your energy or around you, or maybe you met somebody from an island. Like I had a best friend, and she was from Hawaii, so she's from an island, so that could go around my energy as well. Yeah, stars, location, psychic wounding. Somebody is coming at you psychically. They're definitely trying to wound you spiritually and psychically. You're working on your self-love, and there is a true love, endogamous love, and you have a celestial faith. I think we've known that, and like I said, there is somebody that's doing spiritual, whatever. And this is the last card I'm going to do, because it's almost 20 minutes, and it probably shut off on me. But you're definitely a victim of injustice, and the injustice is going to be overturned, as you can see right there. You are connected to you're a healer. You're a chosen one. You are connected to what happened with Jesus. You are connected to this. You are the woman back then, or the man back then, that didn't like the injustice. Payback and revenge, that's not yours. That's God's. That's God's. Vengeance is His. Don't do payback and revenge to yourself, because it'll come back on you. But the perpetrator is going to have justice. Justice is going to be... Your injustice will be overturned. You might not think that, but whatever happened to you, there's somebody that's paying attention to that. You might have had a loss of children, or you may be getting some children. You might have been born out of wedlock. You might have children. It might be a single mom. You might be a single mom or a single dad, because there is both. You can be both a single mom and a single dad. That you've been through it. And the secrets are going to be exposed. This is the last card I'm doing. Secrets are going to be exposed. There is a secret agent, like I told you. There's a secret affair. They know. Kept in the dark. You feel kept in the dark. But this person, this secret agent, they know about these secrets. And they're going to come out. And I like doing past life readings, because this is stuff that you've already been through. This is stuff you've been through before. And as you have deja vu, you'll know that you've been through this before. And when you meet that person, and you feel like that's the person that you've known all your life, and you feel a connection to them that you can't explain, you've just met a past life person. Even if you don't know them really well and you feel connected to them, it's because you are. You're an achiever. You're a celebrity. You were supposed to be a celebrity in a past life. There was some failure caused by another person in your life. But this is all going to be changed. Somebody is watching you. Somebody sees what you're going through. Like I said, this is a past life. So this is energy around you, energy in your past life. This is stuff that may or may not occur, so don't take it as I'm trying to predict the future, because I'm not. Sometimes I do get energy readings from source of what is going to happen or what can happen, and it's just because we are so connected to the universe, and we are so connected to spirits and to angels and guides, and we are connected to the Creator, we're connected to Jesus and the Holy Spirit, that we get signs from this. So sometimes we do have energy of what's going to happen beforehand, like I did with that fire here in town that happened back in January. I knew about it months prior, plus I had images on my cameras and stuff from it, and images on different things, and the angels and guides told me, and I was really scared when it really actually happened. So remember, even though people know this stuff ahead of time, sometimes it can be scary for them. Anyway, I hope you have a good afternoon. I'll do more readings later. Thank you, and I'll pray for you.